First and foremost, when you all praise, all honor and all going to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahshai, Ba'ashem, Rukakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, the elders, the GMS. Shalom to you brothers that's preaching and teaching his truth across the four winds of the earth. And it's going to be super short, but I just want to talk about the clip you just seen at the beginning, right? And how only, in Babylon the Great, under this man's rulership, right? To where, people will boast about being 400, 300 some pounds, man. And when you really think about that shit, it is just an extreme amount of weight to have on the body, man. Right? But that is, Babylon, they promote, everything that's unhealthy. Right? They promote, what makes you feel good. And they have a restaurant that's in Vegas. I believe it's on Fremont Street. It's called Heart Attack Grill. And if you're above a certain weight, you get to eat for free. Right? But this is how far and low, our women have become. Right? And I just want to get straight to the point. I'm going to start at the top from 16 and just go on down. It's going to be a quick hit, man. But it's just crazy. And then some of the women were 400, almost 500 pounds, man. Like, when you think about how much weight that is, like that, you're walking around with all that weight on 2 legs, 2 feet. You see? And it's just crazy, man. And then the thing is, they were boasting, they're proud, happy. A couple of them was dancing and doing this and doing that. You shouldn't be happy to be that big, man. You see? But that is the place that we live in, and these are the women that you talk to one of their friends or whatever the case may be. And they'll be proud, try to block you from talking off to them and so on and so forth. Right? But then when you talk about these women or get on them, they got all the shit to say about men, but nothing to say about themselves, right? And then even if you were to get on, these are the ones, right, that have the most requirements for men that they look for. These the ones that be like, men got to be this tall. He has to be in shape, make this amount of money. But here it is, your ass walking around like that. You can be 500 pounds and still demand a man. Yeah, I said it right. Demand a man that makes 100K a year or so on and so forth. It's like, what are you people talking about? And these be the same women that be having like 3 kids, 3 different baby daddies. But here it is, you have your priorities for what you look for. He can't have kids. He got to make all this money. He has to work out and all this other stuff. But you can just do whatever the hell you want to. And that is America now. That is the standards for women. These women be all out of order. A whole bunch of kids and just terrible attitudes. But you demand a man to a so-called high-value man in this place and think he's going to put up with that shit. It's just crazy, man. They were proud, dancing, doing little happy dances about being 400, 460, 500. Come on, man. Like, that's crazy. But then, this place, they promote it because they want you to be big. That's why they're allowing you to eat free if you're above 350 pounds, man. Or at 350 at least. That the bare minimum 350. Anything above 350, they'll accept you with open arms. And come on, man. Judah's women's denounced, right? This is Isaiah 3:16. It says, moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, right, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. It says, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. So that's why you see a lot of the southern kingdom women, right, starting off with the head tribe of Judah, right? They and obviously it's not every single one, but you notice that amongst the Eve, right, the southern kingdom, a lot of their hair, right, they got the fades and bald heads and low cuts and small froze, and because their hair can't grow, right? It's because the Lord did that. Right, because you stretch forth necks, walking and mincing with all your bracelets, your jewelry, and all this, and they even do, the big women. See, the thing is, even in the fallen state, Eve is still like this. So the reason why the Lord did this to y'all is the exact same reason what you're doing right now. But obviously, and eventually, in the kingdom, we're gonna be perfect and we're gonna get our glory back. So without a doubt, we're gonna be good, right? But now y'all being judged, right? That's a judgment. All these these scalp diseases, that women get, and all these things, that's from the Lord. You see? And verse 18, it says, in that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their caws and their round tires like the moon. It says the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments. It says of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, earrings. It says the rings and the nose jewels and the changeable suits of apparel. It says and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins. It says the glasses and the fine linen, and the hoods and the veils, all the things that women, pretty much adore in beauty, right? All your fine garments, fine, jewels, and so on and so forth. The Lord is going to, take that away, right? It says, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there should be stink, right? And we know what that means, right? That these women, all of them walk around, promise you, all of them walk around smelling like damn sardines. You see, damn catfish, damn chitlins. You see, and instead of a girdle, a rent out of shape, right? It says instead of well set hair, baldness, right? It says, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. You see. So our women are under it too, man. Right? People just think the Israelites. No, the Israelites are going through the southern and the northern kingdom. Right? And not every single curse is going to apply to every single person and situation. Right? Is there southern kingdom women that have plenty of hair and so? Yes. But a lot of them don't. Especially when you look at besides Judah, when you look at Benjamin, man. The Jamaican women, they be straight having them froze. Barely any hair. They be having the beater and then beater beads. Is what he's calling back in the day. Right? It's a curse, man. But we know that eventually the curse is going to be lifted. Right? And it's going to be flipped on our enemies. It's lucky. And you can read that in Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter. 7th verse, right, where it talks about the curses are going to be flipped on our enemies, man. So there's going to be a point in time to where the curses are uplifted, but that's not going to be until Yahushua comes back, right? And we can see slowly that the curses are slowly being reversed. As we're coming out of this captivity, right? As we're getting ready to come into our glory, right? We see the heathens, diminishing, right? Starting off with Esau. His kingdom is getting ready to fall. All type of war and chaos is brewing right now, right? And then since Esau is going to follow the rest of the kings, the people that follow him and under his subjection is going to fall right with him, right? And all that stuff that Esau has been gathering over the years and hundreds of years, all the resources and jewels and emeralds and rubies and all those things, all that stuff is going to be given unto us, right? Starting off with Yahushua, right? You see all that gold and the diamonds and all that stuff that's going to be used for us. We're going to have those things. We're going to have gold, gold silverware and diamond encrusted cups and rubies. And the kingdom's going to be something that this world has never seen before. But we got to go through hell before we get there. But it's coming. Right? And then all these things that you see happening, right here in this Isaiah, the 3rd chapter. Right? All this stuff is going to be changed, man. Because your women are going to be beautiful. They're going to be back feminine. They're going to be back in shape, soft, smelling good. Because you're going to have access to everything. You're going to have access to all the best frankincense oils, scents and fruits and all the, you're going to have knowledge of all of it. But right now, these women, man, are all jacked up. And you've seen it in the beginning. You fucking boasting that you 480 pounds, man. Just so your eyes can walk into a burger spot and eat a damn double bacon cheeseburger for free. Man, was it worth it? Some of the women that didn't meet the weight criteria, what are they gonna do? They gonna I'm gonna gain me about 10 more pounds. Come back and step on the scale and I'm eating for free. You see, and it's just madness, man. That the wickedness that's being promoted on the earth. And that's being, promoted. That now we're boasting in it. Because, obviously we know we got, brothers and sisters, that's that. But you know what I mean. We're talking about these women of the world, man. Right? And the women that's in the truth that, that might be a little bit bigger. It doesn't matter, man. And eventually, you're going to get a new body. Right? And the brothers as well, man. But that doesn't mean, that you a little bit bigger. Right? And you just keep going. Like, you just change little habits, change little things in your diet, so on and so forth. You do the best you can. Right? But at the end of the day, we know that we're going to get new bodies. Right? These bodies are a part of our punishment. Right? So that was it. Like I said, I just want to touch on that real quick. Just a little quick hit. Because I had that video since last year sometime. And I never went into it. So I was like, I'm just going through my bookmarks and getting rid of stuff. And I was like, let me just make a quick video on it. Because it was just like, damn, man. that's where our people have come to. Right? So that's it, man. Ciao.